People off drugs and create jobs.
But the mayor and many citizens in Newkirk, Oklahoma, say it appears its real goal is to lure people into Scientology.
Now, the program is called Narcanon New Life, and it plans to open at the old Chilocco Indian School next month. Chilocco is located just north of Newkirk. The mayor and other Newkirk leaders have sent this packet of information to Governor Bellman asking him to look into Narcanon.
Well, Five Alive's Larry Blunt has spent several months on this story, and tonight he continues his exclusive series.
Now, last night we heard from former Scientologists and former high-level Narcanon staff members of how the Church of Scientology and Narcanon are connected. What do you have for us tonight, Larry?
Well, Jane, tonight we'll take a look at Narcanon's drug treatment methods developed by the father of the Church of Scientology, L. Ron Hubbard. Narcanon says they have a better than 50% success rate.
That's correct.
It's called an e-meter. It's like a lie detector, and the Church of Scientology considers this a religious artifact. It's used extensively as a way for its members to clear their minds of painful experiences.
Any of those times that you moved really upset you? Any loss of friends or anything like that?
Yes.
Can you think of a particular time?
Yes, senior year in high school.
Good. You see the needle just move to the right there?
So when someone walks out of here feeling better for talking about past problems,
$1,500.
$1,500 and come back again in advance.
Scientologists pay thousands of dollars over many years for sessions with the e-meter. Confidential files are kept on church members. Former Scientologist and high-level Narcanon staff member Jerry Whitfield says it was used in Narcanon's drug treatment program.
It was. In the past, I had auditing when I was in Narcanon, and I used the e-meter. It was used on me, and it was used from the very beginning. When I first got involved in '74, one of the first things that happened is they showed me how the e-meter worked.
Yes. If the e-meter was used in Narcanon's past, bull baiting is one method used in Scientology that is still being used by Narcanon.
You're seated in a chair, and you're faced with someone who will, what they call, push your buttons. Okay, what he'll do is he'll do or say various things trying to get a response out of you, okay? And you don't get what's called a pass on your bull baiting until you can sit there and take whatever they throw at you without any type of response.
Well, I've heard it classified as brainwashing. Bull baiting is a lot like brainwashing.
Not at all. Not at all.
Absolutely.
It's a very therapeutic, healthy type of thing. And
Mark Jones is the former president of Narcanon USA. He left in 1974. He and his wife Ellen left the Church of Scientology because he says it was ruthless and heavy-handed. But he says Narcanon can do some good in Oklahoma.
My experience that I've never seen anyone that was harmed by Narcanon, and I've seen a lot of people that were helped by the techniques.
We've talked to health experts who say Narcanon's techniques are dangerous.
You're taking me down to the sauna area.
Right.
Okay, this is a very important part of the program, is it not, the sauna?
This is a building at Chilocco where saunas will be put in. Narcanon's Gary Smith says clients will be required to spend anywhere from 2.5 to 5 hours a day in the sauna to purge the body of drug residue that's built up in the fat cells. Dr. Kenneth Dormer teaches biophysics and physiology at the University of Oklahoma. He's done research on the effects heat has on the body. He says what Narcanon does is foolish.
I've never heard of a program like this, and in saunas that are typically done today in fitness centers, you're in there for 15-20 minutes maximum, and there's very careful warnings about not staying in longer because your body temperature will go up. And if that goes up sufficiently high, you can damage your body, including your brain.
Besides sauna purging and exercise, Narcanon pushes the use of megavitamins.
You're talking about roughly maybe 6 vitamins every 6 hours, roughly. And the dosages are like, if you want to go into a vitamin C, 2,000 units.
Dr. Steve Glore is a dietitian and assistant professor of nutrition at OU.
I would be skeptical. I would be worried that there's a problem with mega doses of vitamins. I think consumers need to be aware that there are potential problems with any vitamin when taken in excess.
The founder of Scientology, L. Ron Hubbard, is also the person who came up with the idea of sauna purging and mega vitamins combined with exercise to rid the body of drug residue. It's called the purification rundown.
All the processes that are used in Narcanon are the same processes that are used in Scientology. Scientology goes more deeply into it, so you have to graduate from Narcanon to Scientology, but that's what we wanted.
This internal Scientology memo from February 1982 says the idea of the program was to really move out into society with a purification rundown and use it to bridge masses of people into Scientology.
Scientology is not really interested in letting criminals and drug users and so forth into their ranks. And so what they did is they set up Narcanon to more or less keep it at arm's length. Okay? Once a person got through the Narcanon program, he was then eligible to continue in Scientology.
We went to Narcanon's offices in Hollywood, California, but Narcanon President John Duff refused to be interviewed on camera and wouldn't return our calls.
Duff also refused to allow us to interview some of the clients in Narcanon's drug rehab program, even though we offered to keep their identities a secret. He did, however, give me this stack of material. Much of this contains articles and letters of praise for the Narcanon program, and one letter is from former President Ronald Reagan.
The letter expressed Reagan's gratitude for Duff's commitment to eliminating the problem of drug abuse in our society. Narcanon is battling accusations that they are connected and maybe even run by the Church of Scientology.
It was a front group for Scientology, and we were told time and time again, do not say that Narcanon and Scientology are the same organization. They're different corporations. And I think the reason for that is that we were getting funds from state governments for certain programs that Narcanon was doing, and that puts the state funding a church, funding Narcanon, which the money goes to a church, so it collapses the state-church, separation of state, church, and state.
Here in Oklahoma, have you approached the state about getting referrals and about getting funding?
Not as of yet, because we're not at that phase. We're in
You will, though?
pre-construction. Oh, at some point, yeah.
At some point, the old Chilocco Indian School will be renovated and ready for Narcanon to go to work. That point is coming in September. Larry Blunt, 5 Alive News Tonight.
Tomorrow we'll finish our series with the ex-mayor of Clearwater, Florida, who says he fought to keep Narcanon out of Clearwater. We'll also hear from the man who was chairman of the group that leased the Indian land that Narcanon is going to be opening up on.
Larry, has Scientology set up any kind of institution that you know of in Oklahoma before?
We're not aware of any right now, Jane. Now, Mark Jones, the former president of Narcanon USA and an ex-Scientologist, told me there was a time that the church tried to set up a mission in Edmond, Oklahoma, and also in Tulsa, but he said they never got off the ground. They were not accepted here in Oklahoma.
All right, Larry, thank you very much.
Good work.